What's up everybody and welcome to the first week of Overwatch League Power Rankings with IBM Watson. I'm your host Reinforce and I'm here to provide you with the Power Rankings with IBM Watson throughout the season here on the Overwatch League YouTube channel. We got the first week of Overwatch League done and dusted for the 2021 season, which means match data, which means statistics, and now we're going to utilize those to see what IBM Watson can provide us with in terms of power rankings, both teams and players. So let's jump straight into it. Jumping into the first week of team power rankings, we can see that the Chengdu Hunters are on top. This, of course, behind two very nice wins, both beating the Valiant 3-1, but also the Shanghai Dragons. Shanghai Dragons last year, obviously one of the best teams in APAC with dominant performances year-round, but the Chengdu Hunters with their revitalized roster, bringing in new people like Gaga and Nisha, are really proving themselves early on here for the 2021 season. You can see the Florida Mayhem and the Toronto Defiant are very high up on the list. That is after both of those teams beat the Atlanta Reign and beat the Vancouver Titans in week 1. So two great performances by those teams as well. The Toronto Defiant was probably the surprise team of the week, I'd like to say. Obviously, Houston Outlaws are probably in that conversation as well. But the Toronto Defiant, with new additions such as Sado, Michel, Hisu, and Lastro as well in the flex support role, making his presence felt. And looking towards the bottom, some disappointing feelings about the LA Gladiators, of course, taking 2 losses early on here in the season. That being said, those 2 losses were against the San Francisco Shock and the Dallas Fuel. Those are 2 very tough teams in the Western region. They have some great new players this season. Muse being brought in to play alongside Space in the tank roles. And then, of course, you're picking up Moth and Shu as your support. Skewed saw some playtime as well. Can't forget about Skewed. But this is an LA Gladiators team that should bounce back with some more matches. Taking a look at the power rankings as well, we can see that Guangzhou Charge find themselves towards the bottom after 2 0-3 losses this week. Obviously not the result you want to see if you're a Guangzhou Charge fan, but there were a few bright spots. Choice one, he didn't have the best of games, but there were a couple of nice moments featuring him. Krong is of course on this team as well, so those can be 2 key players to look out for in future Guangzhou Charge matches. Taking a look at the player rankings with IBM Watson, the number 1 spot taken by Jinmu. Jinmu was the player in the league with the highest team fight win rate among all players in the league at 71%. Very impressive stuff from Jinmu. Very explosive, volatile player as we've learned the last couple of years. And now again, this year, he's really bringing it, especially on the Pharah. His Pharah, he just had incredible numbers on, and it was a pretty small sample size, but you still have to remain impressed that Jinmu keeps bringing it in his crazy fashion year in and year out, and that is why he is number 1 on the player rankings with IBM Watson after our first week of play. Number 2, we have Gaga, the new main tank addition for the Chengdu Hunters. He finds himself number 2 after very good performances on Wrecking Ball, where he leads the league in eliminations and knockback kills as Wrecking Ball, among other great stats. So Gaga, a player that many Chinese fans are very excited about, he is proving his worth on the Wrecking Ball. Also taking a look at the player power rankings, we can see that OG is at number 7. OG, of course, he was a bit questioned going into this season, but the Florida Mayhem, they kept playing a lot of double bubble compositions. They kept playing him on that Winston, which he is known for and really is one of his comfort picks. That earned him the number 7 spot. And we can see that Gangnam Jin is number 3 on the rankings. Gangnam Jin played for the Florida Mayhem this past week. He got 2 nice wins, and Gangnam Jin, he is so lethal on that Ana. Pyro Grenade kills, Pyro Grenade healing, and those sleep darts. Very clutch for Gangnam Jin, and he is number 3 on our list. Not that surprised, to be honest. You know, we all gotta give Gangnam Jin some great respect for his flex support play. So I hope you aren't too surprised to find this name up there in the rankings. Now, this was of course the first week of power rankings with IBM Watson, and these are going to be quite volatile moving forward, but some nice surprises early on, I'd like to say. Obviously, it's nice to have this technology now so we can actually get down to the actual statistics and see what teams are really maybe a little bit underrated, what players are making a name for themselves when it comes to winning these crucial maps, especially going into the main melee. You really want that high seeding, so who can be your game changer? Well, we find out with the power rankings with IBM Watson. If you like this video, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the Overwatch League YouTube channel, and I will see you next Wednesday. This has been Reinforced with the Power Rankings with IBM Watson. Take care, and I'll see you guys soon on the desk.